Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available to download an A4 or US letter to accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and also on that website you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory exam, and it's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam, and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually in the exam room working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab. That'd be really encouraging to me. And subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so let's crack on. So if you grab your pencil and eraser and then turn with me to page 27, and we'll finish off the remainder of exercise 1, where we're looking at augmented and diminished intervals as well as major and minor. If you want a refresher on this, you can pop back to part 1 of this video, the previous video, and you can also turn in your PDF document. If you turn to section H, just find that, you'll find some little reminders there as well. And so I'm hoping that you've had a little go of the remainder of exercise 1, and we're going to work through this together. And so let's just crack on and let's see where we go. So here we've got a 1, 2, 3 of some sort, so we know it's a third, so that's half marked straight away. Now F to A would be a major third, however it's an F sharp because of the key signature, and so because the bottom note has been raised, we've gone from major and we've made it smaller and it's become minor, and so that's a minor third. This next one, we know straight away it's a 1, 3, 5, 7th of some sort. Now here we've got an F sharp as our bottom note, and then we've got also an E flat as our top note because the key signature is active there on that top note. So let's just work through it in stages. It's very tricky to think of F sharp as a key note. So first of all we think, well, F natural to E natural would be major. F natural to E flat would be minor. However, the F sharp makes it smaller again by raising the bottom note, and so we've gone from minor to diminished, so that's a diminished 7th. It's just better if you just work it through a step at a time like that. Let's look on at the next one. 1, 3, 5, 7, so we've got a 7th, and then we've got a G as our bottom note, and then this top note is an F sharp because the F sharp and C sharp key signature affects this F. So G to F sharp, we know that F sharp is part of G major scale, and so we know that that's a major 7th. Let's look at this next one. So straight away we've got a second, so that's half marks, and then we've gone from D as our first to E flat. Now D to E natural would be major because E is part of the D major scale, and then it's been made smaller by the flat, so we've gone from major, we've made it smaller, and it's a minor interval. There we go. So here we go. We've got a 1, 2, 3, a third of some sort. Now we've got a key signature of F, C, G, D. So actually the F is sharp, and so also is the D because of the key signature. So let's take this a step at a time. So D natural to F sharp would be major. However, the bottom note has been raised, which has made it smaller, and therefore we know it's minor. I do hope that you're getting to grips with this. Don't worry though, we've got quite a few more examples to go at, Press stop at any point and go back over and then just re-access into the video and you'll soon get the hang of it. It's just one of those topics that's better to learn by your mistakes. Here we go then, let's crack on. So we know straight away we've got a 1, 3, 4th. So that's half your marks sorted. Now then, we've got a key signature of F, C, G, but then we've also got an extra accidental of an E sharp. Now that's quite a tricky tonic or first to think about. So let's think now. E natural to A would be perfect. But then because we've raised the lower note, we've made the interval smaller, and so a perfect interval made smaller goes straight to diminished. Remember, there's no major or minor. It's perfect to diminished. Oh, except I can't write there. Just to rub that out. Too busy chatting. There we go. Let's have a look at the next one. So we've got a 1, 3, 5, 7th of some sort. We've got a key signature of B, E, A, D flats. So here this bottom note is an A flat. An A flat major has a G natural in it, so we know that that's part of the A flat major scale. That's a major 7th, and so that one's pretty straightforward if you're clear with your key signatures. If you're not very clear with your key signatures, if your major and your minor keys, it's perhaps best to have a list if you work out through the circle of fifths to be sure of your key signatures and just have those at hand to refer to so you're not juggling with too much information. That does help a lot. Let's have a go at this next one. So we've got a 5th of some sort, 1, 3, 5. Now we've got a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats. So here that's an E flat. So E flat to B flat would be perfect. That would be part of the major minor scale of E flat. However, because that flat has been raised at the top, we've made the interval bigger, and so we've gone from perfect to augmented. Let's turn the page over. The last part of this section on page 28. So let's just have that nicely to hand. Okay, so we've got something quite bizarre going on here. We've got a chromatic alteration here. Let's just take it a step at a time. It looks a bit overwhelming with all these sharps and a double sharp again. However, the principles remain the same, so let's just follow it a step at a time. So we know we've got a 5th, 1, 3, 5. So that's easy peasy. That's half marks done. So let's just think if this was so we've got F, C, G, D, A. So that's a C natural, F, A, C. So we know that F, oh no, sorry, that's a C sharp. So we know that, let's just think about it. If F natural to C natural is a perfect 5th, therefore F sharp to C sharp is also a perfect 5th. We've just kind of moved everything parallel up a semitone because it's easier to think about it. You might find it helpful if you just sketch out a piano keyboard just so that you can visualize what's going on. No marks for artistic endeavour here, never mind. Let's just write the letter names in just to make it easy. So we know that F to C is a perfect 5th, and so therefore F sharp to C sharp, we've just parallel moved it up as a perfect 5th. So, and then we've just got to think about this last little increment where we've raised the bottom note again, which has made the interval smaller, and so therefore we've ended up with a diminished 5th. There we go. Let's have a look at this next one. So we know we've got a 1, 3, 4. We've got a 4th of some sort. So we've got a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats. So we've got a D flat to a G flat. So that would be a perfect 4th. If you find that really difficult to think in flats, we'll just remove both flats and then it's still the same interval in a parallel setting. So all you've done is moved everything down parallel, and you know that D to G is perfect, so therefore D flat to G flat is also perfect. There we go. 1, 3, 5, 6, and we've gone from E to C sharp. So although there's a key signature of B flats, it doesn't actually affect anything at all. So it's almost as if that wasn't there. We know that C sharp is part of the E major scale, and so that's just a straight major sixth. Let's carry on. So again, we've got quite a bit going on here. Let's take it a step at a time. We've got a 1, 3, 5, 7th. That's before we've even thought of any notes at all. So we've got our bottom note is a B sharp, and our top note is an A. So although there's a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps, none of those apply. So let's just think about this. So B to A would be major. Sorry, B to A sharp would be major. And so B to A is minor. And then we've raised this bottom note, which has made it smaller again. So we've gone from minor to diminished. There we go. Let's look at this next one. So we've got a 4th, 1, 3, 4. We've got a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So this note here is a B flat. So B flat to E flat would be perfect. However, the E flat has been raised by a natural, so we've made that perfect interval bigger, and so we've augmented that interval, and so it's an augmented 4th. Nearly there. So this next one, straight away we've got a 2nd, so that's half marked straight away. And then we've got a key signature of F, C, G, which means we've got an F sharp here and a G sharp here. And so we know that's a major 2nd. However, if you find that difficult to think about, just remove both of those sharps and think F to G. If F to G is a major 2nd, just step that up a parallel semitone. F sharp to G sharp is also a major 2nd. You've not actually changed the interval, you just brought it down a semitone to a realm which is easier to understand, if that helps that way. So we've got a major 2nd there. Let's have another go here. So 1, 3, 4, we've got a 4th. So let's think about this. A natural to D natural would be perfect. However, because of the key signature, that's a D flat. And so we've made it smaller. And so a perfect interval made smaller by this flat is diminished. There we go. Last one. So although we've got lots and lots of sharps to bear in mind here, if we just take it a step at a time. 1, 3, 5, 7. We've got a 7th of some sort. So if it was G to F sharp, we would know that that would be major. However, this key signature means that this is also a sharp. So we've not gone from G to F sharp, which is major. We've gone from G sharp to F sharp. And so because we've raised that bottom note as well, we've made the interval smaller. And so that means it's a minor 7th. There we go. So that's it for exercise 1. Don't worry, we'll get another crack at this subject. So you've got still more exercises to work through. So there's plenty of practice left. So if you want to crack on and look at the next one, by all means do so. Or maybe just go back and revisit that if you're not sure about it. Don't worry, it does sink in eventually. It's just taking things a step at a time. I do hope that's been helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of the information there for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.